What is up, guys? It is the sports nerd Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of NGSC Sports. Guys, remember the website, it's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content. We are also part of Snowman Multimedia Sports, the Game Winner Sports Network, Mancini Media, and the Sports Alliance of America Incorporated. Happy Thursday, guys. Yes, the NFL season is now in week 3, starting this evening. So week 3 has started. College football is off to a blaring start as well. Guys, last week, the reason we didn't have a show is Adam was out and I had some dental work done. I have more dental work that I have to get done next Tuesday. And that's the thing next week, but we'll be back here next week. Next week's show, guys, will be at a special time. We're going to go from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got to move the show up a half hour. I got to get off at 9:30 for a personal reason, so I have to get off early. But again, guys, happy Thursday. Hope everyone out there is having a great one. The show has 2 sponsors. We are sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com. It is the local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida, for house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace within you and adding comfort to your life. And guys, remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. We are also sponsored by Funwags.com. Born from a near tragedy when the Funwags mascots had a reaction from a star-brand treat. Fueled to succeed with treats made from 3 to 5 ingredients you can pronounce. The Funwag mascots invite you to try fun-wags.com because our fur babies deserve the best. Head over to fun-wags.com to try out these wonderful treats for your pets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on my great co-hosts. Good evening, gentlemen.
Ian Bradley.
How's it guys going?
It's
All right.
All right. Good.
Yeah,
again, guys, sorry about last week. I went and got my teeth looked at, and I have to get some teeth fillings and cleanings next Tuesday. So, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all.
No.
Not fun at all.
Can you say root canal, boys and girls? Sure you can.
No, thank God. You know what, Lou? Thank God I don't have any root canal. I don't have to get a crown. So thank God any of that.
There goes the joke. Okay.
It's just I gotta get 3-4 cavities filled, and I gotta get my teeth cleaned. So fun stuff. Fun stuff before my birthday. The week of my birthday, I gotta get my teeth fixed. So that figures, right?
Yeah. But I got to work on some new material.
But you know what, though? In all reality, I'd rather get my teeth fixed than lose them. So I'd rather do it that way. And
I'd rather be unconscious.
Well, honestly, Lou, it may get to that point where they may have to do that to me. They may have to do that to me next Tuesday. So I have a gagging issue when they, how they, get things too close to the back of your throat. So I have to be very careful with that. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes next Tuesday. I'm going to try to not get nervous and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? You doing good? Everyone having a good week?
I'm better now. So,
good to hear, Lou. Good to hear.
Yeah, from what happened a few weeks ago. Yeah, I'm better now.
Good.
Yeah.
I think Gerald called me and said that he may or may not be on tonight. He's got that. He was having his house inspected or something, so he said he may come on tonight or not. I'm not sure. Did he have his show? He
had Wednesday. He had last night actually.
Oh, he had it last night. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was going to make the whole show or not because I thought I was going to be involved with another project, but that has moved to Saturday night, so I was able to stay on for the whole time.
Nice. Okay. Well, the thing on Saturday is not going to affect your show, right?
No, it's after. He knows.
Oh, speaking of him, there he is right there. His ears were burning, Lou. Look at this. Look, his ears were burning. We were just talking about him, and here he is.
Yeah.
There he is. You flicked me off. I wasn't fucking negative. I was just saying He may come on tonight, and then he flicks me off. All right, I see the love. I see it. I see. I see how it goes. I see how it is, man. I see how it is. You
Brad,
know.
you know, if I didn't pick on you, you'd think I'm mad at you.
Well, no, actually, you know what? I had a good friend of mine who always told me this. He said, if no one picks on you, that means they don't love you. He goes, when they don't pick on you, that's when you have something to worry about. He goes, they stop paying attention to you. That's when they're pissed off at you, because then they know something's wrong. So, and some people take being upset different ways. Some people will get over it in a couple hours. Sometimes it takes a day, depending on what happened. And so it just depends on. I mean, last night I went to try to do the JV game, and it rained and lightninged, and the coach that was on here, he's like, I apologize. I go, what do you need to do? You can't. What are you going to apologize for? What? You can't control Mother Nature. No. Can you control the rain, or can you control hurricanes? Because if you can, let me know what power you have. I'd love to control hurricanes. That would be fantastic. Or tornadoes, or any kind of other, anything like that. So, but tomorrow night's
the winning numbers for the lotto.
I'm sorry?
Can you give me the winning numbers for the lotto?
There you go. That would be fine too. There you go. Yeah, there you go. That sounds like a
good start. Sorry I was late. Sorry I had to drop out and jump back in.
Yesterday was mine and my wife's 21-year wedding anniversary, and it's a miracle she hasn't killed me yet.
Congratulations, Cheryl, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
21 years, huh?
I'm telling you, we're gonna witness that live on the air. She's gonna kill him live on this show.
Well, next year we'll get to spend the 22nd anniversary with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can make it to 22.
We do see it. We're gonna get Geraldo Rivera to cover it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it'd be like Al Capone's vault, though.
Let's see if I can make it to 22.
Well, wait a minute. When does Florida play Texas next year? What week? I might come and witness a live murder in Austin.
They might call you in as a checked witness, so you might not want to do that, Brad.
Yeah, maybe I'll stay away from Texas. Stay away from Texas.
He certainly is a character witness.
If they revive Unsolved Mysteries, we can use this. We can use this for the story.
Yes, I love that show.
Well, that'll be on Women Who Kill.
Women Who Kill. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll be the ones talking in the documentary as they're filming us. We'll have in the studio talking.
We'll have they'll blur our faces and change our voices and give us fake names.
Yeah, we have a podcast. We can't be shown, and our voices have to be changed so that they can't find out who we are.
Oh, that's simple.
Right on.
You heard this gunshot. I can do that. No.
Like this right here with dark sunglasses.
Yeah.
And a baseball cap.
Yep. There you go. Yep. Cover everything up. Okay. Yep. My goodness.
And get this. I get it because it's a local game. I can get the Giants game on my own area without having to go to a streaming service. Thank goodness.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, one of the rare times, on a Thursday.
Right.
That reminds me, I need to bring my tablet over here and try to watch it, but I can't listen to it because my damn Bluetooth speaker went out.
Power failure?
I would use Bluetooth earbuds, man.
And when you plug it in, it has a little red light that should come on, letting you know that's charging.
Right.
And that red light's not coming on.
I thought it really was no good. You had to go to green. That one I know.
No. Red means it's charging.
Okay.
Green means it's fully charged.
I get it. Right. Okay. Now I get it.
Because I mean, I can leave it on charge overnight and try to use it, and only lasts maybe 2-3 minutes, and it goes dead.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not charging properly. Have you tried different charging cords?
I tried different charging cords. I tried different charging ports. I even plugged it directly into an outlet. It's not charging.
Yeah, it does. How old was it?
I want to say probably about 3 years old.
Been dropped?
Oh yeah, it's been dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't. It's just the delicate nature of the internal components. You drop it one time. You go to plug it in, you miss, and you bent. They just the sensitive nature of that kind of equipment. It's just not gonna last.
Yep.
I got a quick update for you regarding baseball standings.
Okay.
Okay.
And for those in the New England area, well, I got some bad news. Not terribly unexpected. The Red Sox have now been officially eliminated.
That's not a shocker. That's not a shocker at all.
But I know a lot of people in the Boston area, and they're like, "Oh boy." And if I
I'm
know
surprised they lasted this long.
and if I
I
know
was gonna
someone playing this
say.
very carefully, I'm gonna be in big trouble on Sunday.
I was gonna say I'm surprised they lasted up till this long without being eliminated, because it hasn't been a good season from the get go. They fired
Oh no.
Chaim Bloom, their general manager. They haven't gone after any. They're not going after any big name guys anymore. So
No. Well, if
And
they to go, it'd be kind of ridiculous now anyway.
Lou, I honestly think this too. I would have, if I was Chaim Bloom, I would have kept Xander Bogaerts and I would have let Rafael Devers go. And because Xander could play defense at shortstop, and you let him go, and you have yes, can Devers rake? Of course, but he can't play third base. So he's one of the worst statistical third basemen in all Major League Baseball. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not a GM, so I'm not a GM. So
yeah. On the next episode, who wants to be the next GM? Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So guys, we are getting closer to NASCAR, the championship. Where are they racing this week?
Texas, I think.
They in Texas?
Not 100%.
They were in Kansas last week, right?
Bristol.
Bristol, okay.
Tennessee.
Kansas was the week before.
Week before, okay. I was looking at my notes, and I have old notes.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we missed Kansas. Yeah.
Trying to update my notes. Yep.
But real quick, on the baseball thing, the Tigers signed the assistant GM from the Blackhawks to be their new GM.
Yeah.
A hockey?
Yeah.
Hockey assistant GM? Wow.
Okay. And they're going to bring him up to run the baseball team. All right, then.
We can talk baseball if you guys want to. I have news here locally that I think will make every Tampa Bay Rays fan happy.
Happier.
They have agreed to a new stadium.
Yep.
It's going to be on the same spot as the old one, which a lot of people are against because they don't draw attendance as it is now. But I guess what is happening is their idea is to build restaurants and stuff around the stadium. It's not just going to be just a stadium. So it'll be more economical for them. Now they'll go from they're only going to have 35,000 fans inside the dome. Yeah. It will be an enclosed dome like it is now, because obviously in Florida you cannot have an open air stadium, especially after the month of April, because of the heat, and then of course the rain plays a huge factor into that as well. But yes, they did announce that they are the owner, Stu Sternberg, is going to pay $750 million of the $1.2 billion it's going to take to build the stadium, or $1.3 billion it's going to take to build the stadium. So the taxpayers in St. Peter are going to have to come up with the other $600+ million to build it. But
That's a loan.
I mean, I've heard mixed reactions all week that they thought that the stadium should be in Tampa. The people in St. Peter are upset because they were supposed to build affordable housing on that lot. Now they're not going to do that. But the baseball fans are happy that the team is staying in the area. They're not moving out of the Tampa Bay area. So now what they have to do is they have to make sure that once the new stadium opens, they continue to draw people even after the first few years of the new stadium. They've got to keep people coming because unlike where all you guys live, Lou, I've been to Yankee Stadium. I took the tour of the old one before they built the new one. And, I've been to Fenway as well to watch a couple baseball games. I was outside of Tiger Stadium in Detroit. And what's around all those things? Entertainment, restaurants, bars. They don't have that here. So they have, if they're going to do this, they got to make sure that they add, shops and hotels and stuff where people can stay and enjoy downtown St. Pete than it is right now. If they do with the same thing that they're doing right now, in a couple of years, they'll be back to where they are now. There'll be no one going, which I understand that the Trop isn't in the greatest of areas, but the team is on they're going to go into their 5th straight playoff appearance, and no one goes. Because, guys, I went to the Rockies game. As a media member and had a great time, but there was no one there. They had 12,000 fans the night that I was there. They're a 90+ win team the last 3 or 4 years, and they can't draw anybody. That's disappointing, in my opinion.
That is very strange. I mean, how do you expect a team that's done so well, but yet can't even draw a crowd?
Lou, I'm just as stumped as you are because that's the same question I ask. I don't get that either.
Part of the same predicament. It's a warm area where people go in the spring, in the wintertime and everything, and spring training is held there. But once the regular season begins, it's like baseball takes a back seat.
Well, here's my question about Miami. Would you consider Miami a baseball town?
God, no.
I would say more basketball than anything. That's my or football.
But yet the Panthers and the Lightning draw a bigger crowd. And Florida's not a hockey town either.
That's true. I mean, the Lightning are the biggest draw in Tampa Bay, hands down, because that's the most fan-friendliest franchise that we have in the area. Ownership gives a shit about the fans. And I mean, see, the funny thing about Sunrise is, and I don't know if you guys heard last year when the Panthers got all the way to the finals, had it not been for Phoenix having stadium issues, the Panthers get a new stadium. And they're not drawing down there. And again, they're another team that's been pretty decent the last few years. And I've been to their arena, I think 6 or 7 times. And it's very nice. And it's in a nice area right across the street from an outlet mall. So, I mean, it's not like it's in a bad neighborhood or anything in Sunrise. And you can get to it by car, by public transportation. That's what we don't have in Florida. We don't have public transportation like they do in New York or, our bus system here sucks. We don't have any public transportation in the state of Florida. We're the biggest tourist state in all the United States, but yet we don't have public transportation. Go figure on that one.
Yeah.
So, but what do you guys think? Now Ohtani's done. Is he done as an Angel, or is he going to come back and re-sign with them?
I think he's going to go as a free agent. I mean, he hasn't done anything for the Angels. I mean, when they signed him, they were all looking for him to be making a chance for a postseason run. Make the team playoff contention. I mean, he's done well for himself as an individual, but for the team itself, no. And they all come to see him. The fans come to see him, not anybody else. I mean,
Right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
you know,
Well, I mean,
first,
they were here, Lou. They were here yesterday, and Tuesday. It was a 3-game series, and neither him or Mike Trout played. So they were there to see the Rays, obviously, and then now I'm going on Sunday to see them play the Blue Jays, who I think, correct me if I'm wrong, are still in the wild card, right?
they are. They are.
They're hanging around the wild card spot.
They're playing the Yankees right now.
Oh, okay. Are they at home or are they in New York?
Yankees are at home.
Oh, so they're playing Yankee Stadium. Okay.
Final matchups this year.
Yeah, baseball. This is the crunch time for baseball because this is it. I mean, we're down to the last 2 weeks, week of baseball that we have left.
Yeah.
So we're down to the end. Here is I saw this on Fox Sports. Let me see if I can get this to. See if I can get this to open.
He's hacking the mainframe.
Yeah. I don't know why it won't let me click on it. Okay. All right, let's do this another way.
Wow, McCaffrey is running all over that Giants defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that tonight's game is going to be a blowout. I think San Francisco's way too powerful for the Giants right now.
It's like that. This game might be over like bullish.
I tell you right now, if it's like 30-0 or 27-0 at halftime, I'm turning the game off.
It might happen.
Hey, I thought it was going to be a blowout on Saturday either, and USF hung in there. I was surprised as shit that we hung in there as long as we did. So we'll talk about that later. But
yeah. Y'all gave Bama a run there for a while.
Bama's not as good as everyone plays them out to be.
No.
Not this year, at least.
Hey,
not yet.
My Horns
not this year.
Exposed them. My Texas Longhorns exposed Alabama for what they really are.
Yeah. So is Nick Saban retired at the end of the year?
They don't have any. Their quarterback play isn't as good as it is when you lose. Bryce Young. They haven't replaced him, and they have 3 quarterbacks that 2 of them that they started against USF, and 1 didn't play at all. All right, here are the biggest weaknesses for each playoff contender in MLB. All right, the Baltimore Orioles. Their bullpen seems to be the issue. Can the bullpen and pitching staff as a whole withstand the absence of Felix Bautista, who is their closer? So can they get through that? Houston Astros, can they limit the long ball? So I guess giving up home runs, I guess, is the problem with the Houston Astros. Let's see. Go down the list here because it goes to American League and National League. Number 3, the Minnesota Twins. Can they put the ball in play more? I know the Twins have made it to the playoffs the last few years and ran into somebody in the first round and they get blown out. They can't score any runs. Yeah, so that would go along with them. Tampa Bay Rays, can they do enough starting pitching beyond Tyler Glasnow? Shane McClanahan is out. So, yeah, can they do – they got to have better starting pitching going into the playoffs. The Seattle Mariners, can Bryce Miller and Brian Wu hold serve in September? I guess they need batters. For the Jays, can George Springer and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stop stranding so many runners? So I guess getting runners in, not leaving runners on base, I guess is that one. And for the Texas Rangers, which of their relievers can they hand the ball to? So that's their weakness, is their bullpen. And the National League, the Braves, they said, can they bring the gap between their starters and closer, Raciel Iglesias? Okay. So I guess getting to their closing pitcher is their weakness, which I can't imagine them having too many issues. I think they're the best team in the majors, have been all season. The Dodgers, who can they count on for their playoff rotation? So they also are having pitching issues in LA. Milwaukee, can they unearth a power surge? They need to hit. That's something that the Brewers have struggled with. Their slugging percentage, guys, is .378, which ranks 28th in Major League Baseball. And their OPS is .694, which is 26th. That's not good at all. You're not going to win too many series with that. For the Philadelphia Phillies, will Aaron Nola return to form? Get him back and going. I didn't know. Wow, the Chicago Cubs are in the wild card? Did not know that.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Can they clean up the fundamentals? Is their issue? Arizona Diamondbacks, have they turned a corner on the mound for them? So, and the last one, I guess, is Miami. No, there's two more teams. The Miami Marlins are a game back in the NL wild card. Can they overcome their schedule? Must be a tough schedule down the stretch for them. And the Giants, can the offense build off of its big weekend? So there's that. And then you have the Reds. Are they too young? Are the Reds too young? Okay. So those are the playoff what they believe could be the weaknesses of each of the contending and playoff teams in Major League Baseball. And when do the playoffs start? They start the week of the 9th?
October 2nd with the wild card.
October 2nd. Okay, so that's next weekend.
I think that first weekend in October.
Okay.
Is this the final weekend of the regular season, I think? Or is that next weekend?
Regular season ends October 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. And then, so you said, Lou, that the playoffs start October 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be
the wild card stuff.
So whoever's in the wild card is they're not going to get a day off. They're going to have to go right back out.
October 3rd.
Oh, they get a day off. Okay.
Get a day off.
So it kicks off on Okay. Kicks off on Tuesday. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Anybody want to make a prediction?
For a field goal.
Who's going to win or who's going to get to the World Series?
Yeah, I got mine already.
Who you got, Lou?
Braves and Orioles.
Braves and Orioles. Okay.
I'm going to say Braves. I got to go blue on that one, Braves and Orioles.
Thanks.
Orangeburgs.
I like that. Maybe Braves and Rangers.
Now,
Braves and Rangers? Is that what he said?
That's what I said, yeah. I don't know. Can you hear me?
I don't think the Rangers can make it because their pitching's not that great.
They're a long shot.
Yeah, but all it takes is to get right in the playoffs.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a Rangers fan, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but I think it's going to be the Braves and the Astros.
Yeah, it could be.
And if it is the Braves and Astros, come on, Braves.
No, I'm pulling for Atlanta. Anyway. The only team that I think that may top the Braves might be the Dodgers in the National League. Other than that, I don't think anyone really threatens them.
It doesn't seem like it.
No matter what team it is that's playing the Braves in the World Series, I got to go Braves.
Look what happened last year. Look what happened last year. They were scheduled to win the World Series last year, and the Phillies took them out. So it just depends on who they play in the NLCS.
Yeah.
And So
Right.
if they,
But if it's Atlanta and Houston, I don't see Atlanta beating. I mean, I don't see Houston beating Atlanta.
No.
I don't either.
I think it'll be a 7-game series. I think Houston makes it interesting.
No, I
6 or 7.
say
6 or
five.
yeah, I would say at least 6 or 7.
5.
I say five.
Who says 5? Okay, all right, okay.
But like you said, the thing that worries me about a couple of those teams is that they're cold right now, and that's going into the last weekend of the season, and you get right going into the playoffs, and you catch an Atlanta or an LA on a downswing, and next thing you know, it's Chicago and Minnesota in the World Series. So none of these things are written in stone, and if they are, that would be kind of weird. Get a tablet.
Yeah, that could very, very easily be Cubs and Twins. The World Series.
Nobody got my tablet joke. Instead here.
Cubs and Twins in the World Series.
But who saw that was at 06 when we got to the Stanley Cup Finals? No one saw Edmonton and Carolina. No one had Edmonton and Carolina pegged to be in the Cup Finals.
And that was after the strike year, remember?
That was after the strike year. It was, yeah.
We striked in 05 after the Lightning won the Cup in 04, our first Cup.
Yeah.
We went on a strike. We lost most of our our core players were gone.
Yeah.
Carolina, who was in our division at that time, now they're in the Metro. They're not in the Atlantic anymore because they split it up when they added Vegas. They separated everybody. But yeah, Carolina and Edmonton got into. What was that? Was that a 5-game Stanley Cup? Was it 6?
Yeah, and Carolina got in 5 or 6. I don't remember offhand.
Either do I. I don't remember how many. I know because the funny thing is Rob Brendamore was on that team and now he's their coach. So
Yep.
There you go.
It was on the 02 team too.
Was he really?
Yeah. Brendamore?
How many cups have they been to? 1 or 2?
They've been to 2, I believe. No, it's 3, isn't it? Because I think they went a couple years ago. 2 years ago now?
2 years ago would have been 2021.
I don't remember. I thought they went just a year or 2 ago.
No, because we played. That was the COVID year. We played against Montreal in the finals.
Right.
Oh, no,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
not Montreal. It was Dallas. My apologies. It was Dallas first, then it was Montreal in our second cup. That's right. Yeah. I don't know. Let me look that up real quick. How many Stanley Cups have the Hurricanes been to? Hang on just a second, guys. Let me see. Hurricanes.
And they beat Dallas?
Stanley Cup. Let's see. Yeah, they've only been there. They've won 2 conference championships.
Okay.
They've won 1 Stanley Cup. They've won 6 division championships. But I don't believe they've been more than 1 time. I think they've only been once, the year that they won the Cup in 06.
And they've been twice. They won in 02. Or 03.
03?
They played Detroit in 02.
No, actually, you're right. I'm sorry. You were correct. Yes, you're right. But the first time they got there was in 2002, defeated by the Red Wings, and they won in 2006.
When they beat Edmonton.
Yeah. They gave North Carolina their first major professional sports championship, and its only major championship as of this year.
Right.
So they have, because the only other team would be the Carolina Panthers, who have been to 2 Super Bowls and have lost both.
And the Charlotte Bobcats.
To the Patriots and to the Broncos, and then the Bobcat. Well, aren't they called the Hornets now?
I think they changed their name, but I couldn't remember the change.
Back to the Hornets, yeah.
Charlotte Hornets, yeah.
Bobcats.
Yeah. That was when Michael first owned the team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he just sold. I think he just sold them, right? I think he
Yes,
just
he did.
Yeah, a couple months back. Yeah.
sold his rights to the team. Speaking of teams that now are finalized the deal, the Ottawa Senators are finally sold. The deal went through
Okay.
today, so Ottawa
Okay.
now has a new ownership. And we can jump to the NHL if you guys want to. I mean, there's not a lot going on now. The season's getting where we get preseason will be here soon, right?
Tomorrow.
There you go.
Tomorrow?
I was going to say because the season I think starts in the Lightning's first. Their home openers the 10th in a
Yep.
couple weeks. So yeah,
Mm.
Yes.
season starts. So I guess we'll be talking some hockey here soon. We can add
I know.
hockey
I
Yeah.
will.
to the bunch.
I will.
I think Ottawa, I think, is on the rise. I could be totally wrong, but I think they're a young team. I think that they're on the rise. Now they have new ownership. They have owners that care about the team. And that's what it takes. You want to put money into your team. You want to bring the right coaches and players in, create that great chemistry.
Winning culture.
I think you can win Stanley Cups. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals once or
Yeah.
twice. Ottawa's
One.
been there. Once.
Yeah. No, once or twice. I don't remember. So I know they played Anaheim. They lost to Anaheim.
I was going to say they lost to the Ducks. That's right. Because
Yep.
Daniel Alfredson was their captain, if I remember correctly.
Dan Leverson, Jason Spezza. They were a good team. Danny Heatley.
Danny
Heatley was still
they were
there.
all on that team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a good team back in the day.
Yeah.
They were a fun team to watch. They played with so much speed and energy.
Yep. And
Kind of
I mean, like I said, they're a team on the rise. You could see them
could be.
into playoff contention
Here.
this upcoming year.
I don't know. I think they're at a crossroads because they have a chance to develop a lot of young talent and bring that young talent up and build around that core.
Mhm.
But so many, look at the last couple of cores Buffalo's tried to put together. And I think they're probably in that same 2018, 2019 Jack Eichel Buffalo team. Those Buffalo teams are teams that were supposed to take that next step.
Mhm.
I know we'll have to wait and see if they can actually take that next step.
Well, and speaking of them too, but is the Sabres finally going to take that next step now? The current Sabres,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's a question too. I mean, well, let me ask you this question, Bud. You got your Red Wings. How do you think they're going to do this year?
Hard to say. Got a lot of same kind of. I don't think they're close yet. I still think they're about 2 or 3 years away.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly at the All-Star break. If they're within a game or two, they could make a couple of moves to bring in some veteran talent and shore things up. But they need a top 60. They need another scorer who can score consistently night in. They need another point of game guy. Those guys don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've shed a lot of salary, but that's only good if you're looking to, if you're not, they don't have a lot of talent coming in behind some of the older guys that they've let go.
Right. Well, I can say this about the Lightning. I think that we'll still be in playoff contention, but I think this might be the kind of the start of the slide a little bit because our core guys like Stamkos and Hedman are not young anymore. And I know we have Kucherov and Point, but no more Alex Killorn. He's with the Ducks. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Lightning do this year. It's not going to be as dominant as it's been the last few years. I think they'll be in the division with Toronto and Boston, obviously. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens down the stretch. I mean, I know Stamkos is upset that they haven't talked to him about a contract extension. He's in the final year of his current contract, so he's waiting for them to talk. it's kind of interesting that you have two stars in the Tampa Bay area that are on the last year of their contracts, and they're having the same kind of issues. The other player is Mike Evans with the Bucks. So it's interesting how both players are very vital to their teams, and as fans, we would hate to see them play for somebody else. So we'll have to hold and cross our fingers and see if they both get re-signed.
Yes.
I think there's more probability that you'll see Stamkos get re-signed than you will Evans. But I could be totally wrong. But the Bucks are in cap hell, so we'll have to see what happens. The Lightning have some money and move around to be able to sign Stamkos. I don't know what cap room the Bucks have to re-sign Mike Evans. So
if Baker continues to play well, and they go on a run, and they make a playoff run, they make the division,
mm-hmm.
they make it out of the wild card round, and they're a 3 seed or a 4 seed or a 5 seed, and they get a playoff game win. Evans could be lured back, but then you're gonna have, who else are you gonna have to pay in? What's the market gonna look like? So
right. That's true. But I guess the whole thing is him and his agent had set some kind of deadline before the season started, and the Bucks didn't reach that deadline. And I'm not saying that they still can't re-sign him. I mean, I think that and Mike Evans, I think, what do you have, 100 and 200 something yards after the catch in the game against the Chicago Bears last week, so it's the most in his career. So of course he's going to have a career year, right? I mean, he's already set the record for most 1,000-yard seasons by a wide receiver anyway. He has the NFL record for that. So he's going to demand premium money. The only issue is you already have Chris Godwin signed to long-term money, so you're going to have to cut somewhere else. You're going to have to let Devin White walk. You're going to have to let somebody go if you're going to re-sign Mike Evans. That's how. So
try to get somebody to work a deal where you can move some of that money around, move it into bonuses and stuff like that to make more roster room for Mike Evans. But and if they flame out, he could be gone by. Right now we're going into week 3. Mm-hmm. They could very easily be 3-0 at the end of the week, and by week 9 they could be 3-6.
Yeah.
And now you go from trying to re-sign Mike Evans to moving him so you don't lose out on everything.
Correct. Yeah, we'll have to wait till the trade deadline comes up for them to wherever they're at. I know they have a tough task on Monday Night Football. That's all I'm going to say about that. They have a tough task ahead of them. I know it's at home, so that's a good thing. It is at home. It is in Tampa at Raymond James. But
who are they getting? Remember who are they playing? I don't remember offhand.
The Philadelphia Eagles, the defending.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a ball game.
Well, and I think what's going to end up coming down, is can they control that defensive line that the Eagles have? Because that defensive line is very, very good. And can they? Well, the thing is with the Bucks, coming into the season, it was we're going to go to the run, right? They haven't established a running game in the first 2 games. They had 42 yards in the first game. I don't know how many yards they had last week against Chicago, but it's going to be a lot harder to get yards against Philadelphia this upcoming week. So Baker's going to have to play on his toes if they're going to have any shot at beating Philadelphia. But we'll see. That's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. Do you guys want to go ahead and go through the college football for week 3?
Let's do it.
1 second before we move on. Lou was right about something, and I mentioned this last night on my show. Yeah, well, I did the show last night because of what happened today. The USFL and the XFL are talking merge.
Yes.
That's not a shocker.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for 2.5 years now.
What are they
And
going
you
to
know,
call it?
do you know what they should do too? They should call the CFL up too and merge them together too. Call them up and then you can play international football. The
There
XFL
you
can
go.
play internationally. The USFL can play internationally.
What would you call it though?
Would you call it the ex-USFL or
The XC
The
USFL.
XFL.
The XC USFL. The
There you go.
XFL Canadian and USFL all mixed together.
What is that?
Right.
Football league or Mexican radio station?
I'm
That
on
sounds like
the
that's exactly
Mexican
what that sounds like.
radio.
Radio call letters.
who watched
Tijuana,
Colorado and
USXFL, 1017, all the hits. That Spanish music.
Yes.
You are listening live to the USXFL on 1077.
Who watched
Deal
All
on
the
me.
funky jive hits for your morning drive.
Yep.
Who watched that
Bad
Colorado
Spanish
Colorado
music.
game?
I watched
It's
it.
one of those. It's one of those teeny tiny little on the border towns. Part of it's
Yeah.
in the U.S. and part of it's in Mexico.
Yes, right in front of my house. Yes. And
Yeah.
Which
The
which game, Gerald?
Colorado State game was on when I got home
Oh,
from
yeah.
the USF game on Saturday night. So
It was a
I
good
watched a
game,
little
and
bit
you
of it.
didn't get a chance to watch it.
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, USC, Colorado State put the fear of God in Colorado. That
Yeah.
they had to play themselves. They had to play themselves a ball game this week.
I'll
They
say
got to go to
one thing,
Eugene and play Oregon. That ain't going to be
Yeah.
an easy task to leave.
No,
Leave
sir.
Boulder now. They got to go. They got to go on the road and play Oregon and Bo Nix and company. That ain't going to be easy in Eugene.
It's only going to get harder from there. And this is the
Exactly.
front side of the hardest nine they'll ever play.
Yep. Exactly.
I got Oregon beating Colorado.
Slim.
Yeah.
Colorado will make it interesting, I think, though. I think Colorado going to keep them.
Do you guys want to go through the top 25?
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys, I have real quick. I
Before
have
we
Alex.
start, I gotta apologize to Lou.
You want me to bring Alex on, or you want me to leave Alex in the down there?
Bring him.
All right, I'm gonna bring him
Talk
on.
to him in a hot minute.
So the first game, guys, obviously
What's up, guys?
is
Yeah,
I'm back.
Michigan and Rutgers.
Oh,
sorry, Lou.
The Wolverines are a 24-point favorite. The over/under is 44 in that game.
Orban's back. And I think all gets right on Saturday afternoon. It's
sorry,
in Ann
Rutgers.
Arbor.
it's been a struggle. It's the first 3 weeks. There's been some ups and downs, some poor quarterback play, a running game lost in action, and I think this week it all settles down with Harbaugh coming back for a week of practice. Everybody's healthy. Go from Big Ten play with a Big Ten win. Michigan 45, Rutgers 17.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that I feel bad for Rutgers for going to get a whoop ass on national television this week. Yeah.
Open a can.
That's a paddling.
Yeah.
Well, it's in Ann Arbor, so yeah, I don't. Rutgers they're on an uphill battle
G-Dub,
on
did you get your pick yet?
Saturday afternoon. All right, so everybody likes Michigan in that game.
Oh,
Brad,
I like
I'll say,
them, but I'm
man.
gonna take.
Brad, I'll say, sorry. What's up, guys? Great to be here. I'll say, I have had the opportunity to watch a little Rutgers. I know Michigan's an absolute devastating powerhouse, and I like what Adam said. They're bound to finally put it all together and really explode on someone like they're capable. Rutgers is much improved. Shiano's really turned it back around. So
Shiano's a character.
Shiano's good, but Adam, you guys are poised. I mean, Michigan's absolutely loaded, but Rutgers is finally legitimate again. So I think maybe score 14
No,
to
I
17
don't.
points, like 48-17, win by 30
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a 78-0 beatdown like it was 5-6 years ago.
No,
Rutgers can play a little ball.
They can't.
And it's gonna, we're gonna have to bring our work pants to Ann Arbor on Saturday. So no cakewalk, no picnic. But I think that some of the woes that we've seen, we get some excitement.
Nothing.
Trying to do a little too much because there's, because coach ain't there. Want to print, try to pick up the slack, and everybody's pushing and pressing a little bit too much. Some sloppy play, some mistakes, things that can't be fixed. And I think we'll see it get fixed.
Right.
The next game up, guys, I think the team that sits number 4 in the country got a little bit of a scare last weekend in Boston College. Florida State's in Death Valley to play Clemson. The line is 2 for the Seminoles. The over-under is 55.
Florida State.
Florida State? Okay.
Yeah.
Seminoles. Okay.
I think it's war chop all the way, man. I know BEC put the fear of God in Florida State last week, and I think they get it together. And
yeah, I'm going to go with the Noles too. I think they bounced back from last week.
Yeah.
I think they learned their lesson against Boston College last week.
And I think the Clemson just isn't what it was 5-6 years ago. They've lost a lot of pieces. Dabo's still a damn good coach, but it's not the same Clemson team that was winning titles.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, I watched that game mostly. If I watched anything, I watched a lot of that game just because BC didn't give me a reason to turn it off. I was intrigued because BC looked like the old BC. God, not necessarily Flutie days, but like Foley and Mamola.
Oh.
I mean, they had a good program in like the early
Yeah,
2000s. That's a lifetime ago for a lot of viewers, listeners. But they played hard. I think FSU was almost too cocky, like this is an automatic win. So now this week they're going to put the hammer back down and make sure they stay in that top 4 or 5. They don't want to lose any footing. So yeah, I think FSU's going to roll again.
The next game, guys, at noon is the number 16 Sooners. They're on the road against the Cincinnati Bearcats, who are making their Big 12 first conference game in the Big 12. For the Bearcats, the Sooners are a 14-point favorite. The over-under is 57.5.
I'm going
in
to
that
watch
game.
about that with Boots after I say this, but I got to go Oklahoma.
Sooners, okay. All right.
Roman Sooner.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oklahoma too.
Bearcats are coming off a garbage loss to the Miami of Ohio, a team they had absolutely no right to lose to in overtime, and looked bad doing it.
Yep,
Right.
I agree.
I'm going Boomer Sooners big. That team is exploding. They're putting up probably more points than anyone in the top 20. So yeah, they could hang 60 or 55 or whatever. They're gonna get buck wild again. They're on a rampage.
Okay. The next game, guys.
My Longhorns in Dallas.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
They're coming along with the Panthers.
The next game, guys, we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Coach Prime's team is in Eugene to play the Ducks. Oregon is a 21-point favorite. The over-under is 70.
Quack,
Wow.
quack.
Quack, quack.
21 and a hook.
21 even, but and then 70 is the over-under.
Give me Oregon, give me Colorado to keep it close. I can see this being a 2, 3, 5 point game. That Colorado offense, if they get it uncorked, they can get going early, and they can go touchdown for touchdown. You're gonna see this be a barn burner. They'll both go over 70. I think they're both incredibly talented teams, and it's get your popcorn ready now because you're gonna need all of it.
3:30.
Yeah.
Yep. 3:30 kickoff in Eugene.
I like, yeah, that might be the highest scoring game of the year. Those are two absolutely elite offenses who have no qualms about throwing and just airing it out like 20, 30, 40-yard route. I mean, they're just insane offensively. That could be a shootout. I like Colorado, but I think Oregon's a step above. So I'm going to take Oregon to win, Colorado to cover as well.
Do you guys think that they can put up 50 each?
Yeah.
Do you see a 100-point game?
They
between those
could.
two
Oh,
teams?
easy.
Easy? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. What's the
See,
spread
I-
now, Brad? What's the spread now, Brad? Is it like 80?
The over under is 70. The spread's 21. So I'm because the over. So I mean, if you look at that bet, would you take? I would take the over. There's
Same
no
as me.
way that
Oh,
they're going to
100%.
score under 70 points. No way, unless somebody has a bad day. There's no way
Yeah,
anyone
but if
going
that,
to score under 70.
well, if
That's
Bo Nix
low.
has a bad day and like throws 3 or 4 picks and has a fumble, Colorado's going to capitalize on that. You know, it's
Yeah.
still, you're still going to get to 60. You're still going to get to 60, 55, 60.
Easily. Yeah, that's easily.
That's a good over bet.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be in
Yeah,
the 80s and
it's
90s. I think. That's
100%.
a great bet
Yeah.
on the over.
That's 100%, man. Take that bet. Take that bet.
The next game, guys, is also at 3:30. You have this is actually a Pac-12 game, and 2 top 25 teams playing against each other.
Left
You have UCLA on the road in Utah. The Utes are a 6-point favorite. The over/under is 52 and a hook.
Wow.
You know, I'm gonna go UCLA in that one.
UCLA, okay.
I'm going Utah.
The road team. Utah,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm team Utah.
Does anyone know if the Utah quarterback's back?
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know offhand if he is or not. I know he didn't play against the Gators. I know that, but I don't know if he played last week or not.
I mean, I don't mean to take the corny or the easy way out, but I mean, without him, they're a different team. I mean, so I think right now I'll take UCLA in a close one.
Okay, the Bruins. Okay.
Yeah, just with his
All right.
health in question, Utah's a bit of a gamble. I'll go UCLA.
Okay. All right. The next game is also a 2 top 25 teams in Tuscaloosa. I saw Alabama last week. They welcomed the Ole Miss Rebels into town. Alabama's a 6.5-point favorite. The over/under is 55 and a hook.
Let's go Rebels.
Yep, I see their upset here. Oklahoma, the Rebels.
Red.
Yeah, I'm
Bama's
going to take
upset.
this too.
I've said it for a long time, for many years, that everyone predicts the death of Alabama. That the evil empire is vanquished. And yet, like a vampire, it rises from the grave to bite us all squarely on our asses. And I think they've staked down the vampire finally for this year at least.
Yeah.
You know, and if Nick Saban gets a quarterback, they're back to the top. If
Yep.
they can figure out the quarterback situation
Yep.
and get it settled out, and get a one guy who can do everything Nick Saban needs him to do, they can be all right long term. But in this year, they're done.
Yep. That was the problem last week against USF. Yep. Quarterback
It's
play.
pretty much against Texas.
Yeah, Brad, it's awesome that you were at that game, man. In South Florida, I watched that. They played really passionately, and dude, they gave it their all, man. They really represented. That's a good performance, win or lose, for that program. As you guys know, that's a stepping stone.
The thing with us, Alex, we just couldn't score. We couldn't score a touchdown, and that was the only problem. We just offensively, we were there. We had the chances to score points, but we were unable to do it, and that's what hurt us in the end. Our defense played great. I mean, we had 5 sacks, and I mean the sacks that we had were just big time hits on quarterbacks. I mean, it's not just where you fold the quarterback over. They were getting in and getting blindside shots. I mean, it was great. I mean, I got to listen to Coach Golish after the
Nice.
post-game press conference.
Cool. Yeah.
And I mean, I would love to play. I don't know if we could get copyrighted for that or not by USF, but he talked about he's tired of the program getting what people would call moral victories. You could put the Alabama game in that category as a moral win. He said moral wins are for losers. This program needs to turn the corner. And what I've seen in the first 3 weeks is a lot better than what I saw under Coach Scott. And no offense to Jeff Scott, period. I'm not calling Jeff Scott out. But the 3 weeks that I've seen USF, against Western Kentucky. FAMU, they should have blown that game wide open. They had 5 turnovers. We should have blown them out of the water, and it was a nail biter. And then last week against Alabama, we have Rice this week, who JT Daniels, who's the former Georgia quarterback, is now the quarterback at Rice, and Rice is in Texas. So they're coming in. We'll get to that one after we get through the top 25. But it was a great game. It was cool to see 65,000 people at Raymond James Stadium. I will say that.
And I think that's definitely going to be a boon. I mean, I know motivational, you don't want to sound corny. The coach wants to be tough-minded, and you don't want to preach, everyone gets a participation trophy. I mean, yeah, he wants to win, and he wants his guys to believe that they can beat the Bamas of the world. But either way, I think it's definitely going to help recruiting. I mean, those highlights are going to be in recruiting packages, and the first thing these recruiting assistants and people of this program, when they're talking to recruits, are, hey, did you see the Bama game a couple of weeks ago? It's gonna. I think either way, it's definitely going to help the program. But yeah, they got to finish inside the red zone. You're right.
Yeah, we were unable to do that last week.
Finish in the red zone.
The next game, guys, is at 3:30. We have the number 18 Duke Blue Devils on the road in East Hartford to play UConn. The Blue Devils are a 21.5-point favorite. The over-under is 45.
Well, it makes a better basketball matchup, but here I think with football, I have to take Duke because have you guys even seen UConn play football? They're just pathetic. So I have to go with Duke in this one. UConn football match made in hell.
Yeah. UConn's 0-3 this year so far.
What a shock.
They got a little better. Come on. Baby steps.
Very little.
Baby steps. Baby Huskies.
Yeah, I'll take Duke.
I'm taking Duke.
Duke, okay.
Duke it
The
is.
next one's at 3:30. Also, you have Miami on the road in Philadelphia to play Temple. The Hurricanes are a 23.5-point favorite. Over-under is 47.
Another team that's one playing football is Temple, so you gotta go Miami in this one.
I gotta go Miami too.
Means?
Yeah, they beat A&M last week. They played a great game.
Okay. All right. Alex?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hurricanes.
Okay. I'm going to go with Miami as well. The next game is UTSA. That's the Roadrunners. They're now in the American. They're on the road in Knoxville to play Tennessee. The Volunteers are a 21-point favorite. The over-under is 59.5.
Go with Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Tennessee.
Bounce back after they lost to the Gators last week.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, I'll take the Vols too. Okay.
I'll go Vols.
All right. The next game is a SEC battle in Baton Rouge. Arkansas goes to Death Valley to play the Tigers. LSU is a 17.5-point favorite. The over-under is 55.
LSU.
Yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah, LSU.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to win on a Saturday night in Baton Rouge. Tough to win in Baton Rouge. The next kickoff, guys, is at 7 p.m. It's another Pac-12 matchup between two top 25 teams. You have Oregon State on the road in Pullman, Washington to play Washington State, the Cougars. Oregon State is a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 58. I don't know much about these teams. Okay.
I'm going Oregon State.
Yeah, I agree. The Beavers too. I
like their QB. I'm going to go the Beavers. Leave the Beavers.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna take Washington State. I'm gonna take the Cougars, the home team. The 7 o'clock game, the new number 25 team in the country, the Florida Gators host Charlotte. The Gators are a 28-point favorite. The over/under is 48 and a hook.
Gators.
Yeah, have no problem.
Gators, okay. Yeah, I'm taking Florida. Especially after last week, I didn't expect them to beat Tennessee.
Neither did any of us, I don't think. I wouldn't have picked them.
Alex?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gators. Huge win over Tennessee, man. Florida's always got talent. They put it together, man. Tennessee's wicked good. So I'm going to go Gators. Hopefully they can keep this momentum going, and it won't just be a facade, a 1 week wonder for them. I'll go Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
What? What?
I think it carries through to this next week. I don't think it'll be like Utah last year where they squeaked the win. They came, they played, they won.
Yeah. The next game is the number 1 team in the country. Georgia is hosting UAB. The Bulldogs are 42.5-point favorite. The over/under is 54 and a hook.
Georgia.
Georgia big.
Bulldogs. Yep.
Okay. That's an easy one. And now we get to the number 3 team in the country. The Longhorns are on the road in Waco to play Baylor. The Longhorns are a 14.5-point favorite. The over/under is 49 and a hook.
I'm taking
Texas.
my Longhorns.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
take Texas. Yeah, I'll take
Longhorns.
Texas too.
Texas.
Cool. All right. Now here's a game, guys, that
It is now 10-3 in this 49er Giants game.
Yep.
cool.
What's the score?
10-3.
10-3.
The next game, guys, is another 2 top 25 teams. Actually, it's 2 top 10 teams. As we will go to South Bend as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish host Ohio State. The Buckeyes are only a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 55 and hook.
I'm taking Notre
Ohio
Dame.
State.
Notre Dame.
Ohio State. Notre Dame.
Man, yeah, something's off about Ohio State. I know they lost Stroud, but I mean, they usually have a bit of a, not the pro quarterbacks, but legit
That's my big
college
problem.
quarterbacks. Their quarterback situation's a mess. I'm going to go Notre Dame. Buckeyes are off this year, man.
I'm going to take the Irish in an upset. I think it's going to be close, but I think Notre Dame wins at home. I could be totally wrong. We could all be wrong and come back and Ohio State blows them out of the water.
Right.
So, the next game is a Big Ten game as the number 24 Iowa Hawkeyes are on the road in Happy Valley to play Penn State. The Nittany Lions are 15-point favorite. The over/under is 40.
Penn
Penn
State.
State.
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State.
Yep, Penn State.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Nittany Lions at home. It's tough to beat them.
We are
in
Penn
Happy
State.
Valley. The next game is 8 o'clock. It's an ACC matchup between the number 17 North Carolina Tar Heels. They're on the road in Pittsburgh to play the Panthers. UNC is a 7.5-point favorite. The over/under is 50.
North Carolina.
North Carolina, the point for me over.
Alex?
Yeah, Carolina.
NC? Okay.
Yeah, Tar Heels.
All right. I agree with that. The next one, guys, is the number 5 Trojans on the road in Tempe to play Arizona State. USC is a 34.5-point favorite. The over/under is 62.5.
USC, the points in the over.
Yeah, I'll take the Trojans too.
I'm taking Trojans.
Yeah. Explosive,
Yep.
man.
Okay.
Such a good offense. I'm going Trojans. Can't really stop anyone, but they can outscore a lot of people.
Well, they play Colorado next week. So we'll
That's
see
gonna
how
be another
we'll see how that all.
Jeez, that's another maybe
Yeah,
100-pointer. Wow.
Yeah, how that goes next week.
Madden stats.
The last top 25 team, or excuse me, 25 game is the Cal Bears are on the road in Seattle to play the Huskies. Washington is a 20.5-point favorite. The over/under is 59.
I'm going to take Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah. Love Penix,
All right.
future, I think, really good quarterback in the NFL. I'm going to go Washington. Huskies.
I'll take the Huskies as well in that one. I want to give you guys the USF game. What the over/under is for that one. We're playing against. I guess we're playing Rice this week at home at Raymond James. Then we got 2 road games after this one. So let's see what the over/under is in that one. Let's see if it'll. Let's load up real quick. Computer is all messed up. Let's see if I can go this route. The Rice and USF game, the line is Rice is a 2.5-point favorite. The over/under is 58.
I'm going to take the Bulls on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I write for them. I
They're
agree.
going to be mad at what Alabama did to them.
Yeah. I agree. I think that they're going to learn. I think Coach Golish puts them in the right frame of mind this week, and they win their first conference game against Rice. That's
I
just
agree,
me.
man.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's big for them, man, to continue that progression up, right? After such a valiant effort against Bama, and now they got to go out there and do it again. So I think they get the win this week.
I agree with that. All right, guys. Let's look back at week 2 of the NFL, and then we'll go through week 3. Charlie, who's leading right now? It's 10-3 San Francisco or 10-3 New York?
10-3 San Francisco.
And Giants
So
have the
10-3 San
ball.
Francisco. Okay. I was just curious. Did any of the games, guys, from last week in week 2 jump out at you? Any games that surprised you? Was there any upsets you guys thought of? Anything like that?
Not really.
No.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
I think the Lions are going to have a really good year. I was expecting them to kind of put a beat up. The Seahawks looked at week 1. But
The Lions, I agree with Alex. The Lions did look pretty good.
But then they looked, the Seahawks played up. They played well last week. So I'm expecting, a.k.a. Wentz, I might have put a few pesos on the lines. That outplayed a little bit.
Well, I mean, I can say that the 2 games that jumped out at me were the Falcons beating Green Bay.
Oh yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
And then the 2 close for comfort game for the Giants against the Cardinals. I don't think that anyone thought that was going to be a close game as it was.
No.
So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, there were no surprises. I mean, Buffalo beat Vegas. The Ravens beat Cincinnati. Correct me if I'm wrong, the Bengals got off to a slow start last year and then went on a rampage, right? They only lost like 1 game.
Yes, they did.
After losing the first 2. Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
And can someone please tell me what's wrong in Charger Land? Can they stop blowing football games, or is that just a team that way?
Just that way.
I'm just they're just that way. Okay.
They're built, I think they're built.
I watched.
They have trouble maintaining possession and not so much killing the clock, but you know what I mean. They have trouble playing in front because they're used to airing it out, so they can't sit and extend leads. So they leave the back door open at all time, and then their defense gets lit up. Khalil Mack's a little bit over the hill, maybe. You know what I mean? They have so much talent, so I'm kind of mystified too. They're not getting in the win column consistently.
I watched Urinating Tree's video. He always does recap of the games on YouTube, and that's what he said. He goes, "The Chargers are the Chargers. they can't win. They let leads get away, and the Bucs beat the Bears. The Chiefs beat the Jaguars. That was kind of a back and forth game too, with Kansas City and Jacksonville. Colts beat the Texans. San Francisco beat the Rams. Giants beat the Cardinals. Cowboys beat the Jets. Washington beat Denver. So 0-2 start for the Broncos. The Dolphins beat the Patriots, and then the Saints beat the Panthers, and then Pittsburgh beat Cleveland. 26-22. Okay, so let's take a look, guys.
One
At
thing before we move on, Brad,
what?
I want to
Yes, sir.
send my thoughts and prayers out to Nick Chubb. That was a bad injury.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yep. He's
if it's
correct me if
that artery, if it's that artery that they think it is, 10 out of 10 times that the only way to fix it is to amputate the leg.
Wow.
well. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gerald. Did I thought that I had read something that he's going to need 2 surgeries on that knee.
Yeah.
That's what I read. I could be wrong, but that's
No.
what I thought that I read, that that he's going to have 2 knee surgeries to get that knee
Because
back.
that knee is the same knee he hurt when he was playing at Georgia.
I was just about to ask that.
Oh,
G-Dub,
okay.
I was
So then,
about to ask that, G-Dub. Yeah, so that's just obviously, you guys, that makes
And-
that worse. It's already off.
And
And
if it's, like I was saying, if it's that artery that they think that he ruptured, they may have to amputate that leg.
that's not good. Yeah, that would be. That's not only career ending. That's life ending. That's bad news. That's really bad news.
And on the injury front, our all-pro safety,
Diggs.
Diggs, he's out for the season with a torn ACL.
Sucks.
So that's
Yeah.
going to hurt us against the Eagles.
That was in practice too.
Yes.
In a
How the hell
non
do you hurt yourself in practice?
it was a non-contact drill too. It wasn't
Yeah.
even a contract drill. It was a non-contact.
It was a one-on-one drill.
Yes, correct. Yep.
And how the hell do you hurt yourself in practice?
Can you tell me one thing here? How in the world do wide receivers get called for offsides?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just it's weird.
Welcome to the 21st century NFL.
It's
But
weird.
Yeah,
that injury on Chubb. If you go back and watch that game, I think that hit was on purpose
Oof. It was gruesome, man.
because you could see where he had an option to go high and go low,
Mm-hmm.
and he decided to go low. To me, that was a dirty hit.
Yeah.
It's tough to
And
say.
you know the referees didn't even call a penalty on that.
Well, I heard 2 people, guys, on local radio, national guys. Chris Long was one of them. They said that they didn't feel that was a dirty hit. I haven't seen the hit, so I don't know, Gerald. I haven't seen the hit. I haven't seen the hit, so I don't know.
It's
But was
pretty-
it a dirty hit? I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I don't know.
I can't
don't
make
think
a-
it was a dirty. I can't say no.
Okay.
Or no, I can't say yes. I don't
What
think it
do
was.
you think? Do you think it was a dirty hit?
No.
I do.
Okay, there was
Tough
something.
call, because
Okay.
a guy like that, he's such a powerful runner. It's such a damn challenge to bring him down in the first place. You probably got to go low because he's a freight train.
Yeah.
If you tackle him up high, you're going to go along for a ride for 10 yards. So it's like you got to get him low. He's maybe the most powerful runner, right, with Derrick Henry. But yeah, it just sucks. It's just terrible news, man. He's a class act too.
But as of right now, they bought Kareem Hunt in to
Yeah.
fill in for Chubbs until they find out for sure what's going to happen to Chubbs.
Yeah.
Well,
But Chubbs
let's
is out
hope
here.
they don't have to amputate his leg. Let's just hope that doesn't happen.
No. God.
Well,
We'll just start with that. We'll start with that.
do have to amputate it. Here's what I would do if I was the Browns. Okay, just hypothetically speaking here. We know Hunt is a good running back.
Absolutely.
I would towards the end of the year before his contract is up, I would talk to these other teams about, hey, let's go to the deal table here. What are you willing to give up to get Hunt? And go out and get a young, hungry running back out of the draft.
Could go that route. I mean, running backs are not as scouted as they once were. I know Bijan was this past year. Atlanta took him in the first round. So
the Falcons got a stud in Bijan.
Of course.
absolutely.
Hopefully Chubb rests up. I just know one thing: the fate of the success of the Browns is going to be Deshaun Watson's ability to resemble a good pro quarterback again. He's looked absolutely clueless since he got a lot of visits from some masseuses, if you know what I mean. Like he looks like he doesn't look like a good starting quarterback, let alone a $100 million quarterback. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just tough. They're a class act. The guy who's never caused any issues and always never complained about a contract. His career, Nick Chubb, his career might be done. It's just really unfortunate.
I guess he hasn't had any
And
more
all Vikings are
endings
just
yet.
Hey, G-Dub, I have an idea what you said. What was it exactly?
I said he must not have had any more happy endings yet.
Yeah, seriously. He's been missing those
Oh
happy
my
endings.
goodness. He had to say that on the air. Did he not have to say that on the air? He had to say that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
he missed.
sorry, I just had to go there.
He misplaced Robert
Oh
Kraft.
no, I'm joking. Guys, I'm
misplaced-
joking. It's cool.
He misplaced Robert Kraft's number. He doesn't have any connects anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I kid.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Apologies.
No, you don't have to apologize. No big deal. No big deal. It's all
all fun.
good.
Maybe
Never
if he
happened.
gets
It's all
one
in
or two
fun. Don't
good
worry
happy
about it.
endings,
I'm just joking around.
maybe if Watson gets one or two good happy endings, maybe he'd be the quarterback that he can be.
Yeah, true. Well, guys, speaking of Cleveland, we can start there. The 1:00 games. They're at home against Tennessee. The Browns are a 3.5 point favorite. The over/under, guys, is 39 and a hook. So who do you
Wow.
like?
I got Tennessee
Titans?
winning that one because
Tennessee. Okay.
I don't think Hunt can come out his first game and do anything.
No.
So Tennessee all the way around.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. And again, it goes back to Watson not being able to throw a spiral anymore, looking like a 2-year-old out there. And then you have him versus Tannehill, who's throwing beach balls. He can't hit the side of a barn. I mean, too bad. Tannehill's even worse. So yeah, low scoring, ugly game. And Tennessee though, they have Derrick Henry. I'm going to go Tennessee in a low scoring, close game.
Well, then again, maybe if they put a massage parlor on side of the barn, maybe Watson could hit it.
They might.
My God!
They might set one
Go.
up.
Here we go. Here we go.
G-Dub.
Going down that dark path now. We're going down the dark path.
G-Dub, this is all you, man.
Hey.
I'm laughing, but you started all this.
Yes, we did.
The next game is in Detroit. The 2-0 Falcons are on the road against the Lions. The Lions are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 46.
Detroit is a much improved team they have been. I'm taking the Lions.
Let's go Lions.
I'm gonna go with the Lions as well. Yep.
Atlanta, like G-Dub said, Bijan, you guys said, I mean, Bijan's a great addition. They have some young talent, but yeah, now Detroit's going to be upset after a letdown. So I think Detroit's going to roll this weekend.
Okay. The next game, guys, takes place in Lambeau Field. The Saints visit the Packers. The Packers are a 1.5 point favorite. The over/under is 42 and a hook.
Packers.
The Packers are going to rebound from last week, and they're going to take it out on the Saints. So I'm going Packers.
Yeah, I believe in Jordan Love. I think I'm going to take the Packers too.
Jordan, at first I didn't believe in Jordan Love, but the games he's had, he's starting to improve.
Okay. Alex, who do you like?
I respect Jordan Love, and it looks like he's got a really good future. I think the Saints. I'm going to actually go against the grain and take the Saints in a close one.
Saints. Okay.
I think Packers are going to have a good year. I think the Saints are going to squeak out one.
Okay. The next 1:00 game, guys, takes place in Miami. The 0-2 Broncos visit the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a 6.5 point favorite. The over/under is 47 and a hook.
I'm going to take the Dolphins because they did. Tua looked real good against New England.
Okay.
I'm still going to take the Broncos.
Okay. All right. Alex?
Man, I used to like the guy. I mean, he's another guy, Deshaun Watson. I think it's just as much mental as it is physical right now. Russell's kind of forgotten how to QB, man. I'm gonna have to go against the Broncos until he proves me otherwise.
And
I'm going to
also,
go Miami. I'm going to go Miami too.
Yeah, I'm going
And
Dolphins.
also, Sean Payton is not the coach he was when he was with the Saints.
Well,
I agree.
I hate Miami with every ounce of my being, but I got to take the Dolphins.
They're
So-
talented, man. Love them or hate them, they're talented. Yeah, and Denver just something's off again. Russell just looks bad, and like G-Dub said, I don't think Peyton's going to save the day. It comes down to Russell Wilson. He's just not playing well.
Well, the next game, guys, at 1 o'clock is a battle of 0-2 teams. In Minnesota, you have the Chargers visiting the Vikings. Minnesota's a 1-point favorite. The over-under is 54.
The
That's
Vikings.
a
Vikings.
Cousins is okay, but he's not that great. So I'm. This is going to be the rebound game for the Chargers. So I'm going Chargers.
LA, okay. Alex, who you like?
Yeah, not a Kirk Cousins believer. Sorry for Justin Jefferson. He deserves a little better at QB, and I'm going Herbert and the Chargers to get right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take LA too. I think Herbert. I like Justin Herbert a lot. I don't think he's overrated like a lot of people consider him to be. The next matchup at 1 o'clock is the Patriots on the road against the Jets. The Pats are a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 36 and a hook.
Let's
Jets
fly,
again.
Jets.
Jets-
Let's fly,
Jets not break
Jets.
the losing streak.
Yeah,
No.
I'm going to go Jets, even though Zach Wilson looks absolutely horrific. They have an incredible defense, and the Patriots are like prehistoric, man. They have no weapons. Bill Belichick must be already retired. I mean, they have a really bad offense. I'm going to go Jets in definitely a low. It's not going to be a shootout, like a 20-17 Jets game.
If the Jets win this, okay, I'm saying if. I'm hoping they do. But if the Jets win this, it's going to be because of their defense.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going against the grain. I'm
Go
picking
Pats.
Mac Jones. I'm picking Mac Jones on the road to beat the Jets.
Mac Jones ain't that great.
He doesn't have any weapons.
He has
They
no
have
weapons.
They have
He doesn't.
nothing.
No.
They have nothing.
Throwing like Devontae Parker. It's like, dude.
Yeah,
Belichick-
Juju Smith-Schuster, they're not who they once were. They don't have any weapons for in the
Before
Patriots.
we move on, got a little bit of news I want to share to give y'all, and see if Alex has heard of this, because I know he follows college football pretty regularly like I do. Have you heard of a rumor going around that Nick Saban is saying this is his last year at Tuscaloosa?
Wow. And I just maybe since last year I started really getting more into it. So you definitely got me on the college acumen. I've not heard that rumor. No, I've not heard that.
It's all that's what I've been hearing.
Wow, interesting. The game's slow. The playing field's a lot more level now. You see a lot of teams out there that can take out Bama now. It's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be with Bama.
No.
Okay, so go. Sorry about that, Brad. Go ahead.
Maybe it's his time.
No. Okay, so let me chime in on this because I got to see Alabama play last week, and going into the game against USF, I think we all thought it was going to be a blowout. I can tell you that right now. We, as media members, as me talking to the fans earlier in the week for last week, that they're like, well, let's hope we score at least 14 points. Let's hope we score points. We don't get shut out. I think, like Alex just said, they're beatable. It's not like it used to be where you would put them in a game and go, yeah, they're a 28-point favorite. Call it, bet them in. They're going to win. They're going to cover. They're going to over-under. They're going to blow that out of the water. Now they're having issues at quarterback. That's the biggest problem. And if they lose to Ole Miss this week and they have trouble getting out of the SEC West, which I think is really good with LSU, I think Ole Miss is good. There's a lot of good teams in the SEC West that are going to give Alabama, trouble in the future when conference play starts, as it starts this week. But I think if they continue to go down the path they're on now, he might step down. But then why? Like Adam said before he got off, we think that the the empire is dead, and then somehow, some way, he pulls them out of the fire. So, have we seen the end of him pulling them out of the fire? I don't know yet. They still have a decent defense. They only gave up 3 points against USF. They don't give up a lot of points. They can't score though either. So if they get outmanned and outscored, they're going to lose games. I don't see Nick Saban leaving because you know what? He's just like Tom Brady. You have a losing season. I want to come back and I want to go out on a high note. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back next year. But Gerald, we don't know. You could be 100% right, and this could be his last year in Tuscaloosa, for all we know.
It is now 17-3, 49ers up.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
And
it's just, man, even not Colorado, they're not on par I don't think, to win a national championship yet, but it just goes to show the talent's being spread around now. I mean, guys, we're all smart enough to know as sports fans. I mean, when it came to Bama, they would have backups that would get drafted.
Right.
And now it's like those guys are going to you. They're just the talent's being more spread out around the country than just 3 or 4 teams now. Even Ohio State, I think, is taking a step back. But yeah, Bama's just not the same it used to be. There's other teams that can knock them off the block. They're not the same old Crimson Tide. Time's fast.
I agree.
And look at the Horns, for example. Look how bad they did last year. Look how good they starting this year, 3-0.
Yeah, they could be 4-0 after this week.
Maybe.
I think they will be 4-0 after this week, actually.
So
The
has the tides turned?
Tides have turned.
Yeah, from high tide to low tide.
The next game, guys, is Buffalo is on the road in Washington to play the Commanders. Buffalo is a 6-point favorite. The over-under is 43. Who do you guys like?
Bills.
Bills? Okay.
Man, Brian Robinson's playing really good, healthy now. But the Commanders, I mean, still got that Carson Wentz smell to them. They're not quite ready to win yet against the elite teams. I still think the Bills are really good. I'm going to take the Bills in like a touchdown game.
Washington should have kept Heineke and got rid of Howell.
I like Heineke a lot. Yeah.
I agree. I think Buffalo will win. It'll be closer than a lot of people predict it to be, but I think the next game, guys, is an AFC South battle. Houston travels to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. 8.5-point favorite for the Jags. The over/under is 44.
No problem. Jags are going to take out the Texans.
I beg to differ. I'm going to go to Houston.
Houston, okay. All right. Okay.
Still love Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. Jags, man, they were close last year. They danced with the Chiefs down to the end. I'm going to take the Jags. They're going to have a really good year, I think, if they stay healthy.
I think Jacksonville too.
To shine.
I think Jacksonville too. Houston has a terrible offensive line, and C.J. Stroud is under immense pressure. I think Jacksonville will easily win that football game on Sunday. To end the 1 o'clock slate, guys, we have Indianapolis on the road in Baltimore. The Ravens are an 8.5-point favorite. The over/under is 44.
Ravens.
Okay.
Ravens. I really like what the Gator Anthony Richardson's been doing though in Indianapolis. They're not ready to win a lot yet, but that's a lot of points. So for betting, I would take the Colts to keep it within probably a touchdown. But yeah, the Ravens should win that game, I would think.
Well, Richardson's in concussion protocol.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I digress. Then the Ravens can roll. Maybe a 14, 17-point win.
Okay.
Minshew mania. He's gonna get the start then.
Yep.
Anthony is day-to-day right now with concussion.
Concussion protocol. Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
He looks good, man. But yeah.
To start the 4 o'clock slate, guys, we have Carolina on the road in Seattle to play the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 6.5-point favorite. The over/under is 42.
I'm taking Seattle because I don't think Bryce Young is ready to be an NFL quarterback yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think he's hurt. I don't think he's even starting. Yeah. I take Seattle at home.
I agree with
still don't think he's ready to be an NFL quarterback yet.
No.
I agree with G-Dub. I mean, all these guys, man, it's so rare when you see a guy step in right away and light it up. You got to give him a year. They're not ready. I think the Seahawks get the win.
Now you see a very few rookie quarterbacks come in and have a great year. You know, look at Dak Prescott. His first year with the Cowboys, 13-3. But that's because he had Romo in his ear. And speaking of Romo has been nominated to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
He's been nominated.
Yes.
Well, I'm asking you, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Not first
That's
round.
my question. No? Yes?
I'm saying maybe second or third round.
Okay, so you didn't say he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Okay.
No, I
Well,
mean,
you know,
look what he's did in his career. Okay, the game winning drives in the fourth quarter, he had to come back and win. He played injured, but the things that I look at, you know, if when a player is to get into the Hall of Fame, how many playoff wins did he have? Did he take the team to the championship round, and did he get them to the playoffs? I mean, to the
Super Bowl.
Yes, Romo has great numbers.
Well, that's like I said. I don't think it. I mean, championships are measured as a Hall of Famer, but it doesn't mean anything because Marino and Kelly didn't win one, and they're in the Hall of Fame. And I'm definitely not comparing Marino and Kelly to Romo, but I'm saying championships don't always include that you get into the Hall of Fame. It's not something that is a pedigree. I mean, it helps. I'm not saying it's not going to help. I'm just saying, do you think that he is a Hall of Fame quarterback? I mean, he has the stats.
Yes.
So
I like to say,
I think he may get in this year.
Brad,
Okay.
I liked what you said
Maybe.
about the other QBs being Marino. Yeah, and sometimes to bounce it over to basketball. I mean, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, I mean, love him or hate him, Hall of Fame players. It takes a team. And I mean, football, you got what, 21 other players, not 4 other players. It's even more of a team game than basketball. I think Romo's a Hall of Famer.
You know,
I agree. I think he will
team,
get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If Romo has had this team that Dak has right now, okay, I think the Cowboys would have been in the Super Bowl.
I agree. Dude,
Yes.
beat up there, Lou. I know you guys are Cowboy. We talk trash, but yeah, they have a heck of a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give the only sore spot a little times that leaves them vulnerable to lose some of the big games has been Dak. With Romo, yeah, they're a Super Bowl team. I think right now they might still be. They're looking nasty this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, Romo's another notch above Dak. I think Romo's a Hall of Famer.
You know, and
I don't know about
like I
that.
was saying, when Dak first came in and he took over for Romo, look who he had coach. Look who Dak had coaching him up was Romo. Romo was telling them, "Hey, this is what you got to do here. This is what you got to do there."
Yeah.
What Romo left and Dak just went down.
Well, speaking of them, also too, you know, other quarterback that's up for the Hall of Fame is Michael Vick. Is he a Hall of Fame quarterback?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, Lou, you say no?
I
Okay.
don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm just-
Anybody that would sit there and hurt animals for sport is a low life scumbag.
Yeah, I wasn't big in when my Eagles got him. I'm kind of lukewarm on that because you know what? It sounds a little bit cliched, but he did help kind of evolutionize the quarterback position. You know, kind of that video game, like the dual threat. But
oh, dang, a fight! Oh, punches are being thrown. Oh,
I agree with G-Dub. I can't back the dogfighting thing. I'm a huge animal lover, like most good humans,
Yeah.
like a good human that I know. So it's like
if you hurt an animal,
I'm not going out of my way. I'm not going
a woman,
to vote.
if you hurt a child, an animal, or a woman, you are the lowest.
Yeah,
scum
I agree.
on earth.
I can't get behind the hall. Sorry, Mike. You shouldn't have done what you did.
Nope, I agree with you guys. I agree with that. The next game, guys, has the 0-2 Chicago Bears on the road. They're heading to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. The
I
Chiefs
never
are
would
12 and a
Chicago.
half point favorite. The over-under is 48.
Chop, 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 chop.
Exactly.
Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Josh.
Since I never win with Chicago anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I Alex, I'm going to take Kansas City in this equation. All right. Let's see. Then he stepped away. Okay. The next one, guys, is the Cowboys are on the road in Glendale. I'm taking Dallas. Arizona is a mess.
I'm going to say Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas, but I'm going to say it's going to be another blowout. I'm going to say Dallas 30, Cardinals 10.
The over-under G-Dub is 43. The Cowboys are a 12 and a half point favorite if you want to go gambling less.
It's going to be more than that. Cowboys going to put a 30 on them.
All right. The Sunday night game is Pittsburgh on the road in Vegas to play the Raiders. The Raiders are a 2.5 point favorite. The over-under is 43. They have Vegas favored? Okay.
The Raiders can't stop a nosebleed, but you know what the Raiders can do? They can actually move the ball. The Steelers, I mean, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. Great defense. Steelers are hard-nosed, blue-collar, but they can't move the damn chains. The Raiders still have Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, so that's why you're probably seeing that line. I think the Raiders might win that. The Steelers just cannot move the ball. It's really embarrassing.
I'm going Raiders for one
Okay.
reason only. My mom was a diehard Raiders fan, and she passed away in 2009. So I'm going Raiders for her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's two Monday night games. The first one, Alex's Eagles visit the Buccaneers. The Eagles are a 5 point favorite. The over-under is 45.
Brad, I'm sorry to say this, but the Eagles are going to blow the Bucs away.
I can't disagree with you.
I think this is kind of the right spot. You know, it's interesting. I'm sorry I missed it earlier. I was working, but Baker's playing awesome. He hasn't had any turnovers yet. He's feeding Mike Evans and Godwin. I think the Bucs are a dark horse for a wild card spot. I do like him.
But Alex
played kind of crummy, but yeah, I do think the Eagles are going to win by like maybe 10 points.
Alex, y'all got a damn good defense.
We do, yeah. The Eagles do, yeah.
You know, if you look at the top defenses in the NFL East right now, okay, it'd be a first place tie between the Eagles and the Cowboys for the number one defense.
Yeah, losing Diggs hurts you guys, man. You guys were above the Eagles with defense, but the biggest thing with the Eagles right now, they're playing kind of weird and inconsistent. They have both new coordinators. I haven't been a fan of the play calling, but I think they'll beat the Bucs. But they still got a lot of improvement to do this year. But I think the Bucs.
Jalen Hurst.
I think the Bucs a good year.
Hurst is not looking like the old Jalen right now. Something is off.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has been the play calling. It's just been weird. They're just like playing. They're winning ugly, which doesn't work in the long run. So they're lucky to be.
Because if you've seen it last year, I mean Jalen. I mean he was hitting everything that had a green jersey on.
Yeah, they got to get right. I think that maybe they blow it up and really do well against the Bucs. But yeah, they've been kind of an ugly.
This year, I mean he's having trouble getting it 10 to 15 yards down the field.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys think it'll be a close game, though? I think the Bucs can give them a good fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 30-27 Eagles.
Yeah.
Field goal. Okay.
Brad, you think the Bucs can maybe knock them off on enough?
The reason that I give the Bucs a chance is the defensive side of the ball. If we get Carlton Davis back, we have a shot. Now, again, it's a short shot. I'm not going to get on here and say that they can win. Baker's he can't make mistakes, and he hasn't made them yet to this point. I think earlier in the show, I mentioned the Bucs have to establish the running game. We haven't done that in the first 2 games. Rashad White he's a great running back in the making, but we haven't been able to run the football. And what happened last year? We were one-dimensional. Tom Brady threw it 50 times a game. Everybody knew going into the game against the Bucs, they were a passing team. They're trying to get more balance. Dave Canales has done a great job as a first-year offensive coordinator coming over from Cincinnati. They have a shot. If Baker keeps playing the way that he's done and makes no mistakes, and they can get the running game established. But again, they got to keep Jalen on because Hurts can hurt you both on the ground and in the air. And if he can figure it out, they haven't figured it out the first 2 games. If he can figure that out, the Bucs are in deep trouble. And you got A.J. Brown. They have the weapons. The Eagles have the weapons. And I think the issue that the Bucs are going to have is their defensive line. The Eagles' defensive line is monstrous. They're going to come after Baker. They know how to pressure him. If he gets into too many interesting situations, he's going to throw interceptions, and it's going to be down. But who knows? The Bucs have an outside chance of winning the game, and it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
You know
how are y'all going to stop Nakobe Dean?
He's injured. He's injured now.
Oh, he is?
And so is their other corner, Bradbury, and safety Blankenship. They got a couple holes. You know what, though? On the Bucs real quick, Baker's a better fit, I think, this year, definitely. He's more creative. He's not more creative. He's better on the run. He's more mobile. I mean, Brady was a statue. So it's like, I think Baker is better suited for that line because when the blitz comes, he can kind of evade and just kind of be creative. I'm not calling Baker a better quarterback than Brady, but Brady last year was ugly. I think the offense looks a little bit better, Brad. I mean, you've probably seen more of their actual games. What do you think?
Well, Alex, here's what I think. I think Baker is a perfect quarterback for Dave Canales' offense.
Okay.
You need a mobile quarterback to run the style of offense that Dave Canales – because think about this. Joe Burrow wasn't a statue in Cincinnati. Okay, so Joe can move. He's not as mobile as a Jalen Hurts or a Patrick Mahomes or a Justin Herbert or a Josh Allen. By no means the imagination am I trying to put him in that same category. But Joe Burrow can move. He can move. He's not the typical Tom Brady, Joe Montana that sits back there and is a statue. So I think Baker, the way that the offense that Dave Canales runs, I think fits Baker very well. Now, again, Adam mentioned earlier in the show, the Bucs. I think they're the best team in the NFC South. I know somebody says the Saints. We have to play them. We haven't played them yet, and I know that's been the thorn in the Bucs side the last few years. Even with Tom here, they couldn't beat the Saints. So, but I think it's going to be a close game on Monday night. I'm not saying the Bucs are going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pull an upset when it's all said and done. So I'm taking Tampa. I'm going to take the Bucs.
There you go.
I've got to see them play. The other Monday night game, guys, is the Rams are on the road in Cincinnati. The Bengals are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 44 in that game.
Yeah.
Rams.
I'm taking Bengals.
Cincinnati.
I got a couple of buddies out there going to school in Ohio. I always kind of quietly pull for the Bengals. I really like Joe Burrow, but he's not healthy. He's really not healthy, and the most important position maybe in sports is quarterback. I'm no rocket scientist saying that. If he's playing injured, the Rams can win. So I think right now, just given that Burrow is not healthy, I'm going to go with Lou. I'm going to go with the Rams.
And Matthew Stafford looks like he turned the clock back 5 years.
He's playing great. And that rookie,
He did,
Nuka or whatever, the rookie from BYU is playing like the guy's playing like Cooper Kupp light. Yeah, you're right. Stafford looks like 25 years old. The Rams are going to play damn close. If they don't win it, they're going to cover it.
And
to the Rams.
Cam Akers got traded to the Vikings, right?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I saw that earlier today. Okay.
Stafford looks really good suddenly. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think everybody kind of wrote LA off after last year.
I did.
They went to the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. They crashed last year. Everybody wrote them off, and now, just like Alabama, you think they're done, and then all of a sudden, they rise from the ashes, and now they're. I mean, again, it's early. It's 2 weeks in. Let's not jump to conclusions. But they look good through the first 2 weeks. I think they beat. I hate to see that because Cincinnati always gets off to a slow start, but Joe Burrow's not healthy. That quad muscle is not 100%. And the Bucks, speaking of them, their first overall pick, Elijah Canty, he's got the same kind of injury that Joe Burrow's going through. So Canty can be healthy. That defensive line will be better for the Bucks. I mean, Vita Vea is a beast in the middle.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll have to see. I'll take the Rams because Stafford looks like Stafford of old, in my opinion. So I'll take LA in that one.
Give me the Rams too on that one then.
Okay. So it's 17-6. Is that right? Is that what I see?
Yep.
17-6
That,
at the half.
that rookie
The half. Okay.
rookie fifth rounder from BYU, the Rams receiver. Have you seen it? He's got like 19 or 21 catches in the first 2 games. Rookie fifth
Yeah,
rounder.
he's
Some pace for like 250 catches.
And also another thing too,
Fifth rounder.
Cup is looking better too.
Yeah, he's been injured. Yeah, it's remarkable. Stafford's just been money, lights out.
well. They got a good head coach.
They do,
It
yeah.
starts at the coaching position. He's he. I don't know if you've ever watched him. That man can tell you a play that happened 7 years ago in the fourth quarter of a football game. The guy has a great mind, great memory.
Yeah.
Who can do that?
The Rams head coach,
McVay.
McVay. You can ask him what happened in this game on this down. He can tell you the play and what happened. He has an expert memory. He remembers everything.
Wow.
So
I'm always going to remember that one, though, when Goff, I know Goff kind of had a noodle arm, but remember in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, McVay has all these brilliant, incredibly creative play calling, and then they just kind of like went totally vanilla and very conservative and safe in the Super Bowl. That was a little bit, but yeah, McVay's like a McDaniel. They're very eccentric and cocky, and they have all these creative plays. I mean, he does have some good play calling.
And if you guys remember that Super Bowl was very boring. That was a boring football
They
game.
didn't take any shots.
No, seriously.
No.
And you're talking to a Patriots fan
It was
who
so
won that, but it was a very boring Super Bowl compared to the last Patriots Super Bowl when we came back from 25 points down. So it was a defensive game against the Rams. There was no offense whatsoever.
No.
So that was
it was like what a 3 to 7 point win for the Rams.
something like that.
Patriots won that Super Bowl.
It was
That was Tom Brady's last as a Patriot.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was like,
six for him.
it was like a 7
Man,
point victory.
I remember it.
It was a suck game.
Yeah.
3rd and 10, and they'd run it or like throw a 3-yard pass that Goff would not throw it deep at all. Like they were playing so safe. You know, Patriots are a great franchise, but I mean, McVay like just really wasn't aggressive in that Super Bowl for some reason. It was pretty strange.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
And-
there watching it, dozing off. That's how boring it was.
Well, and look at golf now.
Yeah,
Golf can throw the ball down the field now in Detroit. He's been doing that the last 2 years in Detroit.
Yeah.
I like
So-
that here, the Lions. We'll see.
Detroit is a defense and a wide receiver away from making the big game.
They get Jamison Williams back, their number 1 pick from last year, from suspension in week 6 receiver.
They'll get hit. That'll be back. And Hutchinson got hurt. Did he not in last week's game? Is he
Yeah.
okay?
He's awesome. I'm not sure.
Is he questionable this week?
Let me look it up.
Because I know he got hurt. He was hurt in last week's game. And they were down and they forced overtime against the Seahawks. So
He's healthy. Like he's okay.
he's okay. Okay, so he'll be playing.
Doesn't say anything. Quickly Google. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to carry over this week.
Well, I mean, you Alex, you were talking about Anthony Richardson. I can tell you from being a lifelong Gator fan, no Gator quarterback has been successful in the NFL. Period. Name them: Spurrier, Werfel, Tebow.
Fast.
None of them. Palmer. None of them. None of them ended up
Okay,
having
Palmer.
a very good NFL career.
Palmer lasted like a week.
And now Richardson might be the exception to that rule. I don't know. We'll see.
Man, I was mystified. I was confused or not really a fan of that pick. I thought he was such a project.
He should have stayed in Florida. Well, maybe not.
He looks good.
Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a message from my friend of mine who's a season ticket holder to the USF. He's asking me a question.
Okay.
He was excited last week being in the stands. There were 10,000 students in the student section last week. We don't see that very often.
Wow.
There we go. Started the third quarter.
That was quite different to see all three levels of Raymond James Stadium for a USF game. I've never been to one of those before, but to see it being used.
It's awesome.
And the funny thing is, it rained, and everyone thought, oh, it's going to slow us down. They came right back out and took it right back to Alabama. So the rain didn't slow us down at any portion. So we'll see. Hopefully they take it to Rice on Saturday.
Yeah, got to build off that. Got to be a stepping stone game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Played with one of the best. Now you got to sustain that and carry it over, or else it's all for nothing. So I like what their coach is saying, though. You know, you don't want to teach moral victories. Not everyone gets a medal, but it's up to the players here. They got to now. They can take out their emotion on Rice.
Like I said, JT Daniels, the quarterback for Georgia, is now their starting quarterback at Rice. So yeah, yep, he's there.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this right now, J.D. McDaniel, he's not that great of a QB.
No.
Well, they're 2-1. The only loss they have is against you guys, Gerald, against Texas, week 1.
Yeah, that's because of their defense, though.
They have a bad defense?
No, they have a solid defense.
No, they'll be testing Byron Brown then on Saturday, because that's our quarterback.
And he was backing up Stetson Bennett, right?
Yeah, or was he in front of Stetson and then he got hurt? I think he got hurt and then they put Stetson in and then he never relinquished the position till now.
Speaking of Stetson Bennett, he got released due to alcohol problems.
Wow. He was having alcohol issues before he got into the draft.
And now
he started having alcohol problems his junior year in college.
Now he's backing up Stafford.
Yep. And there's no NFL team that's going to pick up somebody like that.
Not till he gets help. If he gets help, it'll be fine. But if he doesn't get help, no.
Because he was arrested in Dallas during the off season for public intoxication.
I remember that. Yeah, got tasered.
Yeah.
And before they could arrest him, he ran from the cops.
Yep, I remember that.
Not a good look.
Nope.
Giants with a quick ran out. Giants do not have receivers, and they're missing Barkley, and they're playing against the Niners.
Here's your answer right there.
Is a garbage quarterback.
Yeah, big. I'm not waving the pom poms for Daniel Jones. I mean, he's a good athlete, but I haven't seen enough to warrant a mega contract. But they were scared to lose him. They kept him.
Look what my Cowboys did to him in week 1. We totally smashed him.
He's erratic.
Yeah.
He's up and down. He's not consistent. And then they have like number 3 receivers. I don't know. Giants are not there yet.
The Giants need a quarterback. Also, another thing too that's hurting them is Shaquan Barkley's out.
Yeah, that's huge. Offensively, that's huge. Well, gentlemen, do you want to end it there, Lou? Do you want to go ahead and talk about your show?
Yeah. All right. The Enhanced Sports Show. We keep running through Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number to call is 512-543-4662. We're going to keep our eyes on the races in MLB. We'll take care of the college and pro football selections this week. I'll maybe run down some of the Hall of Fame nominees. Probably not, of course, not all of them, but I'll go through the major ones, like maybe the first-time Hall of Famers on the quarterback situation. Keep running the WNBA playoffs as well. And there was something else, but of course we'll also have our your thoughts and comments, the ridiculous time of the week, sports trivia, this week in sports history, and the feel good story of the week. I'll also have UFC and WWE news as it becomes available as well. So if you got time between 4 and 6 p.m. on Saturday, dial 512-543-4662. I'll repeat it again, 512-543-4662. Oh yeah, your thoughts on all the NHL divisions as the season starts in a couple of weeks. So we got a lot to talk about. So hope you tune in, and don't forget us on YouTube. Go into YouTube and type in the Enhanced Sports Show, and you'll hear the show in its entirety.
Cool.
Really cool.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. It was awesome to jump back on. Great show.
It's nice to have you back, man.
I will say, guys, thanks for everyone that tuned in. Adam had to leave. He had some stomach issues he had to take care of. He just messaged me off the air a little while ago. He said his dinner didn't sit well with him, so he had to jump off.
Feel better.
Guys, I will be live. I'm going to be live tomorrow night. I'm going to be calling my third Pinellas Park game.
Nice.
Guys, I'm trying to cut the dead air down. If you've listened to the first two of them, I couldn't record the first varsity game. I guess I could have, and I just didn't do it. But I will be live tomorrow night if you guys want to hear me call the game against my alma mater. It's going to be painful to watch my alma mater get their asses kicked tomorrow night by the team that I'm calling football for. But anyway, I want to say thanks again for everyone that tuned in. Thanks for everyone that came on. Thanks to our men and women of our armed services and our first responders. Thank you for doing what you do. We would not be here without you. We will be on a special time, guys, next week from 7:30 to 9:30. Until then, guys, we're going to check out. I love all you guys. Until next week. Peace.
All right, folks.